it's actually more terrible for everybody. Everybody involved. It is just not good for them. So just going to fix that very quickly, and we'll get this going. I'm sure HellRaisers are very anxious to get themselves with some, a really good start here, considering they've played so much today. They've played so damn much today. Epsilon as well, and it must be really late where they are. Are you gonna try? Is it gonna?
No, there's a lag to giving gifts. It takes like 3 to 5 minutes.
Really?
So we'll have to try it a bit later on, but I see scouts.
Right.
So yeah, we're going to give away 2 of these boxes again. So if you have your Steam account linked to your Twitch account, then you will be able to win some of these skins. Each of these boxes has 25 skins in, so we will give away 50 skins.
You have a HellRaiser sticker. That's cute.
No, I want that. That's mine. Anyway, we're also going to give away, when we have 150,000 followers on the channel, we're going to give away 2 knives. One of which will be open for everyone, and one of which will be to our loyal subscriber army. So definitely follow the channel if you're not doing so already, and we will be giving away.
Wasn't one of the knives like not actually claimed?
Ah, good point actually. While we're still waiting for things to happen here, if I just change this to this. Now, we had a guy, Daniel M20. If you are watching this stream, check your PMs in the other tab, maybe, because we sent you a message that you've won this knife, but you are yet to reply. If you do not reply by midnight on Sunday night, then we will give this away on Monday. So just bear that in mind, guys. Definitely, Monday we're going to have, well, next week we're going to have a lot of Counter-Strike for you guys. So
with the Super Week coming up, hopefully I won't be sick for that.
Indeed. So make sure you tune in on Monday, because it may be that we give away this particular knife. And while we're on the subject of knives, if you play one pug on the FACEIT.com site before the end of this league, you will be in with a chance of winning this lovely butterfly knife as well. In the meantime, I'm going to play with it on the FACEIT pugs.
Cheers.
Yes.
We see now.
Oh yes.
We see now.
You see the master plan. I just want to play with knives.
All right. Well, it is pistol time here for Epsilon HellRaisers. An aggressive start there for HellRaisers, as we do see. Oh, is it knife? Or it looks like the admin is.
Oh, okay. So we're still not live just yet, which may expose some tactics here, as we had an aggressive push up mid from HellRaisers. But
that's viable. That's very viable. We see that sometimes.
Yeah. Again, it is Simple's birthday today, so happy birthday to him. I wonder how many. Is he 17? Is that why his name's Simple17 today?
He is very young, isn't he?
Is he only 17?
That's insane.
That's pretty gangster to be. Yeah, it is indeed his 17th birthday.
He's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, he's got those young fibers where he can just snap people's heads off really quickly with the AWP, whereas I've got those old fibers where it doesn't really happen that much. But never mind. We are going to be in the pistol round here. Got the GLHFs coming in, and again we're seeing a different round now. Now we're going to see an early peek here from Kucha towards the B-bomb site with that grenade. He's not going to get any information just yet, but Epsilon are hanging around. There is that same aggressive push here from HellRaisers. They have taken over mid as they did in the previous round, and Epsilon are in trouble here. We've got GMX only who can stop a potential flank, at least from the A-bomb site, and in the meantime, the other guys are pretty much stuck around B/underpass. So it looks like they're going to currently wait to see if any CT overextends. Gets a bit hungry for a pick, but there won't be any at the moment, and they are going to go through underpass towards mid. But they will be facing guns from all different places, because GMX is on the A-bomb site. Going to try and run distraction here.
All right, so HellRaisers, can they do it on their 99th round
of the day? 99.
Well, Ingo, Epsilon, making their way up. Connector now, as Simple will spot everything. But there is a very timely smoke on jungle, and Simple and Angel can't really approach, but Angel going to go straight through that smoke into the arms of PM. He will pick himself up a quick double kill. Scream, is he chiming in as well? We are seeing that it is just Simple left now, and unfortunately for him, he is not going to do all that much. We'll have the opening round go towards Epsilon on the T side now, and we will have to see how HellRaisers are going to play this forwards. They can go with a heavy investment if they want, but generally speaking, It's a big risk. It's a really big risk. You want to get that economy going very quickly, especially if they want to get that AWP on Simple very quickly. Or they could just buy up on everybody else and leave Simple, with high money. But they've done just a very small investment, just the PT-50s, no grenades really. So they are just looking for some picks here, just get some economic pressure in on Epsilon's on the Epsilon side here, so as they do just look very methodically for these picks, trying to root HellRaisers out of all of the angles towards middle, first of all, before moving forwards.
So HellRaisers playing somewhat passive, but Simple does get taken out by FACEIT, who will spot him in CPL. Bomb is going to head around A via T spawn for the time being. Uzi's going to go in the underpass to stop any flanks from the B bomb site, and PM's just going to patiently wait here to do the same. So we can see the positioning on the A bomb site. Dozy is in a good position where if somebody peeks low A, he could snap ahead with only one shot because of his proximity there. Angel's going to head back towards B as they don't really know where the bomb is.
A split time. They have got the positions on connector. They want middle, and it's time to go into the bomb site. There is PM exploding there from the connector angle. Will take it down Angel with the help of GMX. Kuja going to come in though with a lot of damage with the P250, but it is Dozier left in a 1-on-2. He won't be able to clutch that, but it was a fair amount of damage done by HellRaisers. They actually managed to take down 3 players. That is very good. They're going to feel very comfortable with that. They're going to understand that that's going to keep the money down successfully here for Epsilon as they go into their following eco. Now, we are seeing P250s across the board once again, apart from on Simple, who is keeping just barely enough money for that AWP. And if they can get a similar result, then they are going to be feeling amazing, and certainly will be able to swing the match back towards their favor much more quickly. But Epsilon going with a very similar start to their round here with early mid control.
Aggressive position now from FACEIT, who is carrying the bomb, which is definitely something to note. Though with the power of these rifles, I don't think they're terribly worried against definitely ecoing, almost definitely ecoing HellRaisers team. We do sometimes see these buys in this round, but it would be madness in this situation. So Epsilon being very careful not to lose any players to any close quarters CTs. Team is getting tagged, but will shoot Kucha through the wall. And now we have 2 CTs remaining, and nobody down for Epsilon just yet. Uzi will make the second last frag, and Dozy will be last man standing for HellRaisers here, or HellRangers if you're DDK.
I do like the setup that they had on this round. The first Antique round we saw from them a very difficult setup where they played into middle. They had a guy on Slope and Palace ready to once those 3 players, well, they were on B side originally, then they went into middle with using underpass and just generally just took middle over. They got the 2 players near connector, and they had the players then rotate back for the 3-2 split onto A. That last round we saw a very similar beginning, but not so much in the way of a player on slope early on. And then they had just had the 2 guys instead of towards A, towards B, and they went for the B split. So just these very simple plays where they always have someone in the middle of the map cutting off rotators. Epsilon so far showing some good default rounds. Future going to with the first shot with the AWP there on B. That's going to give away the first AWP position, but we see Simple AWPing aggressively here towards underpass as well. So HellRaisers with a high risk, high reward play coming in early on.
Yeah, no trades yet, but Epsilon are taking significant ground here. Uzi is approaching towards the apps, and Scream is going to be looking short. Going to flash in for his teammate, or maybe not. But that's the bomb spotted and down. Simple changing the game here. He's going to be looking to get the second frag here. Has spotted Scream, but doesn't manage to connect here. Missing those birthday shots. Scream will survive, but still needs to get the bomb somehow.
Yeah, they actually really wanted to snap the play down onto the A bomb site. They were creating heavy threat here towards B. You can see Uzi all the way pushed up, but the intention was actually to move on to A. They had a player on Palace as well. Good stuff there from GMX to pick up the kill into Markov, and now the play to A does come in indeed. Dozier, ooh, is he avoiding the fire? We can't actually see his health, so hard to know. Actually, he's not losing any health at all. GMX going to take the kill onto Simple. Dozy with the response, but they know his position now. In comes Kucha. Key shot missed there. Scream won't give him another shot to try. And we have now Angel making his way in with 13 health through connector. Very slowly to begin with. He tries to get the first kill just with some spray. And that gives away his position. As Epsilon should, in no reality, lose this round. You can see GM make the peak, take the frag, and Epsilon march happily forwards with a 4-0.
Remind me what PM stands for?
It's like a Le Pau Maléfique, which is like the menacing leak.
The evil leak, isn't it?
The menacing
Oh,
leak
the menacing leak.
was the closer translation that we found. But it might not be completely accurate. But it's more or less the same thing. Evil leak, menacing leak.
Okay.
The angry leak.
I'm giving up on this for the time
It's
being.
a damn cool name.
It is a cool name, yeah.
It's right up there with the, I think Wild at it, you know, PM. And so it's like we'll be getting those giveaways going later on,
Yeah.
for sure.
Why is it so hard to give something away?
I don't know.
Just let me press the button and give skins, damn it. Anyway, so we have a small delay here due to someone possibly having dodgy torrents open. But, it is 4-0 to the Epsilon team for the moment. We've got Scream holding the AWP there, as you can see, and I'm expecting an eco here from HellRaisers after losing their first buy round. So Dozier with 3 kills. Markelov not reaching the scoreboard just yet. FXIO 2 for 2 at the moment. So I do wonder if Scream will throw that AWP over to FXIO. Kind of makes sense. He does have a just as good a spawn as Scream does, if not slightly better. So we will see about that. How do you think this match is going to go? Can HellRaisers win this match? You said this map was their pick.
Well, with the way things are going right now, it's looking pretty bad when it comes to the momentum. They're going to have to obviously eco now. And that's going to give Epsilon round number 5. When the next buy comes in, they will be able to afford the AWPs if they want to. But with Epsilon being so AWP happy themselves, it's going to be quite interesting to see whether or not they will go for the aggressive play into the picking angles that Epsilon are actively looking for. And Epsilon are taking these standard picking angles. They're taking mid control early on to build their rounds, their standard rounds out of after they have successfully gained that position. So one would perhaps like to see or feel that it'd be much more effective to have a more passive defensive kind of setup, more of the Virtus Pro kind of CT or Mirage. That would be something that HellRaisers could certainly experiment with, and they will have the money to do that, to do whatever after this next eco. So it's down to how they adjust to this, but I feel like there is definitely some adjusting to do.
Yeah, so this is not going to be easy for HellRaisers to get back into this match. Epsilon with a strong start on the less favoured side of this map. But again, as we said, it is HellRaiser's pick here, so it's their map to play with, and I'm curious to see what they do and how they rotate Simple during this match.
What I want to see from Epsilon, or what I think would be amazing, is if on the 5th round, or 6th round even, when the next buy comes in from HellRaisers, I want to see like a rush on A where they don't throw any nades. They just hit the timing, just boom, straight in. Because sometimes that's like really devastating because your team is we just got the AWPs, we have the nades out. We're throwing the pre-nades onto slope and stuff, and boom, all the players have exploded out that position. So sometimes that can be really strong. Obviously, if you're like feeding the shots and everything, then it's really, really good.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if Epsilon's really confident to go with that. Some teams are, and the French teams do tend to like entertaining very aggressive options like that. So that would be really cool to see. I'd like to see that.
Absolutely. So it looks like we have one of the French players suffering a few problems here, so hopefully he'll be back very shortly. We are going to have some changes here. I'm just going to make you aware of. For example, you've seen we've announced our partnership with Netcode Guides. He will be playing later on today, but also we will during these kind of downtimes we're going to have some preview videos of videos you can find on the Netcode Guides site. So they'll be coming up hopefully next week actually. So you can look forward to those in future, and some other bits and bobs that we haven't announced yet, but will be fun, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them. And yeah, once again, I don't know how many followers we have at the moment, but at 150k, that will trigger 2 knife giveaways for you guys. So make sure you spam that follow button, chaps.
That kind of like stretch goals.
It basically is, yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of give to receive, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if Valve did the same thing, with the Dota 2 International.
Yeah.
They had like the stretch goals. Then they like ran out of ideas. Eventually, it's like, oh man, we have so much money. What do we do now? We just basically just ran dry with ideas. in CS it wouldn't be a problem. Just be like knives upon knives upon knives.
Absolutely. But what I think
More
what Valve should have organised is, have you seen?
This
There's like
is
there's a new football game where like a real life football where people wear those inflatable balls
people still
and
play
kind of run into each other and just collide and fall over the place. They should have got the top 2 teams to like have that kind of match before going into the final.
Or like take part in like Takeshi's Castle or something.
That would be pretty damn good. Takeshi's Castle is amazing. If you've never seen that, then YouTube it. It's something to behold. We also do have the playoff. We're going to have a top 10 frag video from the SLTV playoffs coming onto our YouTube hopefully this weekend. So definitely subscribe to FACEIT VODs and FACEIT.com. We've got 2 YouTube channels, and you'll see some fun things there. Going to be a few bonus clips as well, especially one from Titan. Some shenanigans going on there, so look out for that.
Wait, which one was that?
Well, I don't want to spoil it. DDK,
Oh,
you got to
okay.
you got to look at the video.
Tell me off camera, maybe.
No, you got to.
Could you write it down?
You got to
here?
wait and see. I could, but I would definitely just troll you and just draw something that wasn't the answer. Basically.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Such a massive troll.
I just can't help but troll. It's just so much fun. By the way, guys, we've got coffee, which means that this could get very hairy very fast.
I lost my coffee already, though.
Lost your coffee?
I lost it.
Who loses coffee?
Well, I don't know, but it's like getting in a lot of fragging action here from these scouts. And we have lost ourselves the...
This is a bit of a crazy start to this round, and I need to press G so this comes back up again.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's what is going on here? Either way, we do have the 3 versus 3. 2 scouts still alive here. Easy to make fast work, though, of Dozier. As we are looking at a 4-0 still. Just to remind you guys, this was actually a spot where they invested just enough so they can still buy next round. I mean, you're still going to see that next round buy from them. And all simple. Did he just find himself an AWP?
He did indeed.
An Asimov as well, of all things. And the bomb is ferrying its way towards that B bomb site. And Simple could actually go for this, because they do have enough money to buy next round anyway. And there's a 2-on-2, so looks like they are going to go for it, which is smart.
Okay, definitely got to watch Simple here. And he is going to get smoked off, and that could be a boost onto these boxes here, which could open up the round. Oh, wow, surprise!
And he's got a kid as well.
Birthday frag.
Oh, Simple! Oh my god, he's going to actually make it happen. Off the 2 scouts, they win.
Do not give this man an AWP.
On his birthday.
Especially on his birthday. Well, looking at his name, it technically says 117. But I think he's 17. We'll go with that.
All right, so Simple, being the awesome guy that he is, able to bring him back. Obviously, can't not mention the team play there that they threw in there with the boost.
That boost won in the round.
It really did.
Fast thinking there from HellRaisers' team.
It was very nicely done. And actually, a kind of aggressively just peek up middle with Angel.
That's the fast peeking as well. And A that you mentioned, Foxio just running straight through that smoke to try and get an early frag there. Sometimes you have a good spawn for it. He didn't manage to connect on that occasion, and it will still be a 5-on-5.
So they are deciding to play it very slow. Obviously, HellRaisers winning that last round really changed the dynamic, because Epsilon now have a lot less money to play with, and HellRaisers are at a much less of a risk than previous. So that really fast play doesn't become super fun anymore for Epsilon to entertain. And we do have Izzy getting picked off there by Simple and by the B-Apps. And this is going to certainly hinder their play now, as HellRaisers are going to feel a little bit more free to move around the map. And we're going to see Angel actually up against perhaps 2 players here. Going to be one to get taken down, and there's a spray down on FX show as well. So PM going to come in now, see what he can do. So he does know where Angel is. And there it is. Easy frag, easy life, but only a very, very short-lived life it was for PM, as we do see the 4-2 scoreline. So it's looking quite interesting off the back of that clutch. That awesome, 2 versus 2. HellRaisers suddenly look like a different team.
Yeah, definitely brought them back into this match. It is 2-4 in favor of Epsilon, but they are on the eco. Going to be a possible early peek into A, but that Molotov is going to give them other plans, and they're going to send a few people, 3 in fact, towards the app. So maybe GMX will join them, and they'll put 1 person lower. The smoke's going to come in from Scream to... actually, I think this one might be the top of the platform, either that or kind of smokes off connector jungle. We are going to see only Dozier here with a big presence in mid, but they're going to have an easy rotate back into the A-bomb site here.
Yeah, they already pushed up middle, so they've eliminated a lot of possibilities. If what Epsilon are doing, they already have Kucha in position, boosted on the site to actually deal with a push on B. And it's simple to pick off one. They know what's going on right now. They're all flooding in. In come the shots from HellRaisers. It is not looking good here for Epsilon at all, but they actually managed to find themselves 2 kills. G-Mex going to make his way to CT spawn for another one, and that is 2 that he found in a row, as we do have him picking up that AK-47, making his way around now, perhaps in for a one-on-one. This is certainly a doable situation now as he can get this bomb planted. GMX now in a position to completely disrupt not only the momentum of HellRaisers, but also the economy. Here we go. Kucha going to come in, and he could wait for Angel, but Angel is quite far away. And GMX might just intercept Angel. Oh, and he pops off the head of Angel. The AK-47. GMX going in huge. GMX with a quad kill with no armor to speak of. But he's going to clutch the round and absolutely destroy HellRaisers' momentum.
Excellent play there by GMX. Important clutch play, which keeps them in the game here. And I mean, they have got a 3-round lead, but that gives them the economy to go forward here. We will see the AWP come out for Simple, and they will be able to go for almost a full buy here. We may see Kucha just with a FAMAS and not a whole lot else, but actually he will be thrown an M4. So I don't know if they have some kind of...
That was nuts, by the way. That was just like a straight up play through Palace. They rush through Palace with like everybody, right? And then a kill happens, GMX gets a kill, picks up a weapon.
So it looks like FXO
then clutches it. How does he do it?
Back in the game as the unpause comes in from Uzi. And while we wait for this match to resume, I am going to play with my grenades.
Nerf CZ?
Always.
Nerf CZ. Still though, that was quite phenomenal. It's very rare that you see a situation like that actually happen. GMX with no armor, just a CZ, managing to basically 1 versus 4 to a clutch victory there with a fantastic AK play after the plant. Going to see now in the next round commencing. So we do have Epsilon 5 rounds now and HellRaisers with 2. HellRaisers need to win this, otherwise they are looking at that eco. I'm pretty certain of that, as we do have FX Show looking for these picks. But Simple is the man on quite the angle here, going to elevate himself slightly to find a new one to work with, as we do see Epsilon slowly making their way up middle. And there's Angel. Simple going to pick up a kill onto FX Show, who was looking for the AWP pick through the B-apps towards that site. Simple just whipping off another shot, as we do see the smoke put down so they can safely retrieve the bomb and get the hell out of there, because they have Simple AWPing down on them all the time.
It's going to be GMX to peek towards the A-bomb site, but he's going to have someone waiting for him. Position has been made known. That nade is not going to kill Markelov, as he does escape to other parts, potentially unknown. GMX goes for the flash here, trying to run distraction while his teammates catch up with him. Dozier is in a strong position here to pick off GMX, strictly push, and then go for the other 2, unless they jump up. And jump up they will, and Scream will take off Dozier's head, and now they have a good chance to get this bomb down before the CT rotate comes in.
Oh, Woozy goes down, and that's the bomb up on top of that box. And Simple bears down upon them with that AWP. There's the flick. Can't find it, but he's got teammates this time, and they are going to help him out. And it is a very well cleaned up round by HellRaisers, who really put the stop on Epsilon from the start there. From the get-go, they couldn't get anything working. They were stuck in the mud up against the AWP power of Simple over at the B-apps.
Worth noting, though, that Epsilon are still 2 rounds ahead, and it is a CT-favoured map, generally speaking. So still not doing bad now. They've got some breathing space. Simple goes for the bait there with Scream, doesn't manage to find any connection. We've got GMX with an AK and armor, and Scream with a deagle. The rest of them are not going to have a hell of a lot going on for them. PM going to try and get a sneaky peek, but he has been spotted by Simple, who will retreat to avoid potential nades. So it looks like the bomb is going to try and apply some pressure towards the A-bomb site here. We've got 3 in A action, and Markelov will get the first frag here. Simple coming in with the AWP, won't be able to connect, and GMX takes out Markelov. So that's going to make it a 2-on-2 for the time being. A flank potentially coming in from PM, but Angel does take out 2 in mid. And Simple does clean up the final pair with the AWP. Only losing 1 player that round, so that's going to be some more economy in the bank for HellRaisers as they bring it to 4-5.
4-5, and HellRaisers climb back. Epsilon on an eco, and then soon it should very well be 5-5, unless GMX. Unless GMX does a 1v4 again with the CZ.
Sorry, I fancied a bit of drama there.
It's so full of drama, James.
Thank you very much.
And this is the jungle smoke here from GMX, I do believe. As we are going to see ourselves some smoky, flashy onto the bomb site as they make their way in for the set play. But we can see the setup here from HellRaisers looks quite proficient.
I think in certain situations we should just watch this whole round play out from this angle. It is an eco after all. Let's see how this goes. Dozier taking out 2 players. FACEIT managed to get himself into a sneaky situation. He's the last man standing. Does take down the AWP. Doesn't get the second frag. That shows the power of these P250s, 5.7s, etc. in these close quarters. It is one shot to the head from a very close up. Even with a helmet, will kill you. FACEIT does get the AWP, doesn't get any armor. I mean, any helmet, sorry, does have armor indeed. Let's see if he goes for a mid face-off with Simple. He's going to go towards B, going to play the passive position, in fact. And Simple is playing the aggressive position, so let's see who wins this battle.
Oh, and he gets the shot onto PM. But that wasn't the guy holding the AWP, so FACEIT gets the response, and PM is so sad.
He's sad on his birthday. Someone's blown out his candles before he could.
And it's actually, we actually saw Angel moving his way up underpass. He spots the stairs. They see nothing up B. And Simple's
even singing to himself?
He's even singing happy birthday to himself. That is really a sad state of affairs.
Forever alone. Okay, so we've got a potential duel coming up here. GMX and Markelov on the A site. But Markelov does have potential backup in Dozier. As I say that, Dozier leaves him on his Jack Jones. And Uzi will come and join GMX towards the A bomb site. Looks like Dozier may get the flank in. But he's going to have to walk for a while, otherwise they will hear him going through T-spawn. Markelov will take that smoke, and there's not going to be a rotate from Cooch yet because they haven't seen the bomb on the radar. But now Dozier speeding up towards the A site. And rush is coming in from the final 3 Epsilon players here. It is 5-5 at the moment. The winner of this round will take the lead. Markelov just going to hide for as long as possible, get the frag through the smoke, and now Dozier's going to get the flank here on the Epsilon players.
And there it is, nice little backward somersault there from FACEIT. And Dozier in the hand with that one as Uzi is trapped in the pocket. And he's going to go down, and it's going to be Cooch to get that defuse and pick up the Dragon Lore, man. That
I didn't see it said Hellfire on the back.
It's a pretty gorgeous orb.
I bought so many cobblestone souvenir boxes trying to get that. Did I get it? Hell no. Got Mag 7 silver, baby.
Well,
those boxes cost like £11 each,
yeah.
And I bought at least 10 of them. Never mind. They're like 20.
Oh my
they're like 23 quid now.
That's
so
nuts.
Could have been worse, I suppose. Some
is
consolation.
Nuts. Well, you could have sold them. Waited and sold them.
No, but I wanted the skin. That's why I wanted the skin. Anyway, we have a buy for both teams here. PM with a Galil. Green is going to emerge from mid. Simple trying to take some shots through the smoke, but will not find a connection on this occasion. We've got 3 players in mid for Epsilon here. They're going to get a smoke down into... No, they're not, but Simple is going to take up PM. It's going to be the bomb down as well. Trying to retrieve it. The flash comes in. They haven't got it yet. Simple's missing a few shots here. Scream.
He's so brave on the repeat. He just doesn't care, does he?
Yeah.
And he does have help as well going in to connector. We do see Angel also pushing in from the ladder room. He's going to get annihilated, but Simple has a return. That's the entire point. They set up the trade fragging situations here on middle, and that meant that Epsilon could never quite get ahead. And HellRaisers looking fantastic all of a sudden. Epsilon, they were on a bit of a tear to begin with, but now it's been completely stopped, and HellRaisers are just biting off one more round.
HellRaisers have taken the lead here, and they're 2 rounds ahead, but the question is, can they lead all the way to round 16? They are 0-9 in the league at the moment. They've had many close matches, many double, triple overtimes here, but they haven't been the bride just yet. Keep getting that bridesmaid award, but we'll see if this can be their first victory here on Mirage. We've got a stack, an eco stack here for Epsilon, and this smoke is going to slow them down. Dozier is getting up close and personal here, going to get in Scream's face if he's unlucky, but the rotation is going towards mid for the 3 Epsilon players, so they may run distraction at B and try and get a plant on A, but there are 3 people on A for HellRaisers here, so that's not looking likely at the moment.
Those CZs, they actually invested in a couple Molotovs as well, so there is a plan behind this, a very, very special plan. Molotov could be for Shadow, or one of them at least. Yeah, Scream going to line it up for Shadow, I believe. That should flush out Dozier from his position. As you see PM going down in the middle there, and there goes the flash, and the reaction was to go up the ladder there. And oh my goodness, actually picks up the weapon immediately. Scream going to be in for some fun, but it's not going to go on really for all that much time, as he does get stopped by Kucha. And we have the frags coming in, and it's the terrorists, it's the Epsilon side on that weird buy who actually make it work. It's 3 versus 1. Markov to save HellRaisers in this situation, and he's getting lower and lower at this point. No bullets in his gun, no hope to be found. Markov is going to give it a go anyway. It's a CZ on the ground, but it's probably empty. He's got nothing to play with. First kill there with that P2000. Wow. Almost.
All he would have required is 1 shot on FXO there. He had no armor. Would have been 1 to the head and dead. So that was very doable for Markelov, but wasn't able to bring his team back into that round. And it's going to be a very costly round. We're seeing all these weird buys seem to be working throughout all these different matches here. But HellRaisers still clinging on to the 1 round advantage as we see FXO go for the frag up mid. He looks like he's going to peek again. He's going to go for the interesting flash. I don't think that connected with anyone, unfortunately, but there is an aggressive position here on mid. That's going to be the end of FXO for this round.
Yeah, HellRaisers is doing a very smart play. They haven't mixed in a huge amount of mid aggression. Comes in this at the beginning of that round, obviously catches off Epsilon, who weren't prepared for it. And now with that mid control, they can actually just hold that forever now with 1 guy. They've got Angel up there. He's actually looking, and if he times it well, he can actually push that angle too. Angel looking to just keep holding in middle whilst HellRaisers set up around A. They do have 1 player, Kucha, very, very defensive on B. So this is going to allow them a lot of possibilities when it comes to these defenses, and also possibilities to find out what's happening well before it's going to happen. Angel did fall back all the way from middle now, so it's a bit of a blind spot for them. And we see Epsilon trying to go for the committed play now towards B, and this is the last-ditch attempt for them. And can Scream delay the rotation? That's the question.
That is a smoke to do one of the short arches, so it makes it a little bit harder for the CTs to defend. We can see the Molotovs coming in there preemptively, and Scream does finally go down by Markelov on the A-bomb site. We can see the rotation now from HellRaisers towards B. A nice spray down there from Angel. 1 person remaining for PM, and that's going to be the fire to take him out. Those flames coming up from Hell to... Oh, that's from his teammate as well. It's GMX's Molotov. That's even worse.
I was just thinking that at least it's
that
not
kick
like
in the teeth.
minus $1 billion money now.
Yeah, it's now finally a reasonable fine of $300-ish.
Should it even be anything though? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know what the purpose of any fine is for competitive play, but there we go. It's better than what we had before.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like minus 3,000.
Yeah, it was like 11 times more than it is now, which was finally looked at by the dev. So thank you for that.
And they are making their way up slope here for a bit of a split on 2A. It's very simple, no nades. They got like all kinds of weird weapons to scrap together as HellRaisers work into them with those M4s at the beginning moments of this last round for the first half. And Epsilon struggled to make their way onto the bomb site. They're getting completely shut down. And there you go, 9-6 HellRaisers making themselves look pretty good. All I
saw was white for the second half of that round. And then everyone was dead, so there we go. HellRaisers on the T side now. We can see if Epsilon can mount a more solid CT defense here. It's going to be some more FXO versus Simple, but I think Simple's going to have more freedom to cause more mayhem on the T side than he does on the CT side. So we'll see how that goes. We have the T's quickly taking up areas all over the place at the moment, and that's going to be 2 fast frags, put it down to 3 left for Epsilon.
And there goes Markov. Again, going to make his way up jungle, going to find himself some problems in the form of Kucha. Dozier also getting himself an easy frag, and oh dear, Epsilon are in a certain degree of trouble, aren't they? They are facing what could possibly be 2 more rounds for HellRaisers.
I thought they might try and force it up here, so to try and stop HellRaisers from getting a significant lead, because if they don't, then it's going to be 12-6, basically. And they have indeed done that. They've gone for armor, helmets, CZs, P250.
But all AKs for HellRaisers.
Indeed, they've gone straight for the AKs. And look at the aggressive play here from HellRaisers. They're looking to get, from Epsilon, sorry, they're looking to get as much information as possible, as fast as possible. And they've got a lot of information, but they need to get back to the bomb site B quickly. GMX is emerging, and now they're going to be in a difficult situation. They're going to face multiple Ts at the same time. They're all together here.
He can shoot, and it's not going to go well for Epsilon. This investment has been entirely shut down, and this is a big deal. Not even any damage done. Are you for real? That's going to be an insanely big setback for Epsilon. That was the high risk, high reward kind of play, whereby now they are in a position where they have to eco an extra one, so they're going to go down potentially 13-6, and those are going to get the kill there onto PM. None of them died. None of them died.
It was a gamble from the Epsilon side, but they made the gamble in all the wrong places, and it was kind of sucky for them, because the only place they didn't push was the place where basically all the HellRaisers pushed. So, and once they figured out where they were playing a retake situation. They kind of had one or two people with like a 1 foot in the water, so it was a really awkward situation there.
And also, one thing that they were probably cognizant of is that the typical thing for the meta on Mirage is to build a round for the CTs off of 2 scouts or even 1 scout and some CZs. So by hitting the B site incredibly quickly like that, you counter that strategy. So that strategy didn't even come to play, but they still crushed the round. So HellRaisers know what they're doing right now with the meta.
They're all falling down. Only Uzi left. Can they get any frags? Dozier on 40, Angel on 13, Uzi on 0. 12-6 Epsilon. HellRaisers. Need more coffee. So,
HellRaisers could... I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, man. I don't want to jinx it or
don't say it.
Or
don't
say
do
anything.
it. But worth noting, Epsilon don't have an AWP or an FACEIT just yet because of that second round bye. But Simple does have it, and he will not be challenged just yet in mid. FACEIT is going to go for the connective play, but not look all the way down towards mid.
Oh, I think it's that A split again that they're going for here. But look at this, Epsilon pushing slope. This is interesting now because they're going to see that there's nothing up there, so they're going to try to rotate towards B. This could help HellRaisers.
The bomb, however, is top of mid, which will slow down their advance a little bit as they will have to go and retrieve it. We've got Uzi going to peek short, see what he can find. But there is a smoking connector, so he won't find Markelov just yet. But Markelov, I believe, is still in connector, so he may see him when he does choose to cross. And we've got Scream in the jungle area, but Uzi will do the honors. And then HellRaiser Akucha goes down soon after, but have they seen the bomb yet?
Yeah, Uzi basically just potentially won them the rounds with that play. Completely cut off the split from happening. Now HellRaisers in a very big disadvantage, although he's Simple able to take an easy kill onto PM. He wasn't looking the right way towards slope because there was no one watching Palace. So now Epsilon are scrambling to make this happen, and those are going to come in with a frag on Scream. It's all falling apart for Epsilon. French side are certainly going to have to rely on Uzi in that spot, and Uzi already picking up the double. I mean, that should have put them ahead, but they didn't have enough information perhaps. They had a bit of a maybe indecision on some of the positioning, and HellRaisers, they didn't second guess themselves. They just went for it, and they managed to secure the round with a decisive play.
HellRaisers looking strong here. Epsilon forced to eco once again. It's unless they get some excellent frags in early here, it's going to be 14-6 Epsilon, and Epsilon will have the smallest margin for error. That is Uzi down. Simple's going to watch short, and he may find GMX if he keeps his eyes in that area. Excuse me.
So one thing about the last round, which I found interesting, was that Epsilon tried to challenge HellRaisers on middle, whereby they have a much disadvantaged situation with a play like that. They're facing up against the AWP of Simple. There's definitely going to be AKs there to support. The smokes and flashes were down for HellRaisers as well. So largely speaking, it was
so smart.
It was hard to go for something like that. And instead of sitting back waiting for the play, they had the aggressive push through slope. They eliminated that position. They could have maybe eliminated one more position instead of just walking into HellRaisers for the mid challenges. Sure, they got the frags, but in all the chaos, I think HellRaisers are always an advantage there. And so Epsilon perhaps looking for a bit of a more defensive posture for this round perhaps, but the AWP go to FXio.
Simple, smart not to repeat at the end of the round there. All he could get from that was $300, and it would have cost him a good 6,000-7,000 should he lose that duel. So not worth it there. They are 1 round away from match point, our HellRaisers. Epsilon still could win this though, but FXio is going to go down to Simple in mid. They are doing the boost themselves now, but Angel is ready for it, and Uzi's going to get the nade, which is going to bring HellRaisers down to 4, but Epsilon are on 2 now. The bomb is in no man's land, but it's not going to matter for the moment because they're just going to go to wipe out this CT team here.
Epsilon in a lot of trouble now. I mean, what is their bank like even? I think they can maybe, but yeah, I think they can. What, did they lose 5 in a row already? I think maybe that's the case. But if that, even if that is the case,
yeah,
they
haven't won.
really
They haven't won a single round on the CT side yet. So
obviously they have to force it no matter what.
This will be their 6th round that they lose, which means that they will get that 3rd round consecutive loss bonus. So they can force it. They can get some M4s, lacking nades, some FAMASs. Uzi going for the naked AWP here, which he might throw over to FXio, who does have Kevlar, but he may play the spawns here. So let's see where he is now. In fact, it is going to go to FXio. So he's going to have to go nuclear here if he's going to keep Epsilon in this match.
So far, I feel like the strategy for HellRaisers has been solid, and Epsilon have not been doing the correct adaptations to that. And Simple going to go for the pick. Look at that, Senzus, he's flying. There is a response from FXio. Simple versus FXio, but Simple now getting shot from the back, and that's going to cause a advantageous situation on the players here for Epsilon, as they do start things off well. And HellRaisers, they kind of pushed in off the back of that first kill. If Simple had made the other kill, it would have been very interesting, but right now it's settling a little bit here for Epsilon, but it's still 3-3, and HellRaisers still look very good for this.
They haven't seen the bomb yet, have Epsilon, so that's why they're kind of rotating back and forth. I'm not really sure where they can expect the teams to come from. Dozier crouching at an opportune moment where they won't see the bomb on their radar. Markloff looks away from the flash and turns around just in time to take out Scream. 10 HP remaining. We'll smoke off the jungle area. And PM will get the frag though on Angel, who is not looking as he runs past. PM does go down to Dozier, and it's all down to FXio here on a 2v1. He is in CT. There is no smoke. Doesn't get the frag on Markloff. Markloff with 10 HP remaining, so I wonder he knows that.
And it is all on FXio. Save the round. So he tries desperately to make this happen. And he's pushing away now, and there it is. It's going to be the round there for HellRaisers, and they get the game. So HellRaisers, oh yeah, they actually managed to get one on the board.
Well done. On Simple.